1967 Kaiser Jeep Jeepster Commando. We rescued this one out of a barn in Purcellville, Virginia several months ago. We brought it in, did a full service and detail on it, and it is absolutely amazing. I am confident it's the best original in the world. It's a one-owner Jeep, one family-owned Jeep from new. It was in the original owner's name until his passing a few years ago, then went into his wife's name. It is an actual mileage title. However, the miles read 1,600 on the title, but the true mileage on the Jeep is 1,403. Unbelievable. Now this has got some really nice options at special order from the factory. AM/FM radio. And it is four-wheel drive, as you can see the transfer case shifter down there. 3-speed manual transmission. These two-piece hubcaps are an option. Really interesting side note, when he bought this brand new, first thing he did when he brought it home was he took those hubcaps off because he never wanted them to get damaged. Now he bought this in 1967 and brought it home, immediately put it in storage until 1972. And then in 1972, he pulled it out, got it running, and registered it. This is a 1972 license plate. And then he had it inspected. So there's only one inspection ever done on this Jeep, and it's right here, it's 1972. And we do have the receipt for that. Of course, we got the original owner's manuals and stuff like that. Now this top has never been put down. So this is a true convertible top that folds all the way back in, windows roll all the way down, and has a glass back window. Incredible. The plastic, the delivery plastic is still on the rear spare tire surround carrier. You can even see this inspection mark. We elected to leave that on there. Condition-wise, there just cannot be a finer one out there. It does have a back seat, which is an option. It's got the Jeep insignia seat belts, which are really cool. Driving lights in the front. Chrome bumpers and the chrome package, which included the chrome hood latches and the chrome hood hinges. Now I'm going to start this truck up. It runs incredibly well. You can barely even hear it when it runs. The original hood insulation is still there, which is remarkable. You rarely ever see that. You can look at the firewall and see how crisp the VIN tag is. But this is known as a Hurricane 4-cylinder. Just absolutely incredible condition. Look at the door panels, the armrest. To duplicate something like this in restoration would be ballistically expensive and very difficult to find all these parts. The seats feel new, they're soft, they're not hard at all from sitting. The gauges it looks brand new when you're sitting in this Jeep. Starts right up, runs beautifully. Like I said, you can barely even hear it running. It runs that smooth. This just absolutely has to be the finest Jeepster Commando in the world. So let's go take it for a ride. It is on its original tires, so I'm not going to run it hard. I believe this Jeep belongs in a museum. However, I guess it's up to the next owner as to what they do with it. But to find one that's preserved like this is just not going to happen again. Look at the carpet in this. And the pedals, just incredible. It's actually going to do a full photo shoot on this too, so you can see it. But talk about a reference grade Jeepster. This has got to be it. If you look at the convertible top and mechanisms, everything, again, you can look back in here. This has never been put down, ever. It literally looks like the day it left the factory. All these little plastic accoutrements that always break and get brittle, all looks like brand new. Rearview mirror, I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, it runs so smooth. And you can see on the glove box door, Mr. Stevens put his name on it, which he did with all his vehicles. Again, it's a 3-speed manual. Shift knob even feels new. Fuel gauge is working. Speedometer's working. Odometer's working. Again, these are the original tires. If you're buying this to drive, which then that'll be the decision for the next owner, you need to change the tires. You can feel they're flat spotted. But to find an original set of 1967 Daytona tires is going to be tough. So if somebody does change them, you need to keep them. Clutch is good, brakes are good. Mechanically, it feels like I would imagine it did when it was brand new. The dash pad, perfect. Just so cool. And this thing's never sat outside. Everything's just really, really tight. We're now at 1,404 miles. And this convertible top is a manual top. And again, I've already said this twice, but this top has never been put down. Now, we talked to the owner's wife, and she said over the years that although almost all the miles were put on in 1973 after he registered in 72, or they were put on in 72, not exactly sure. She said he would periodically go out and run it and pull it in and out of it wasn't really a barn, it's kind of a barn, it was very nice. But this thing was never really down on its knees for any long period of time. He always kept it running, but just never took it out on the road. So he always wanted to keep the miles down. Incredible. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. And look at the pictures. This thing is literally some really cool stuff, kind of a work of art, a lot of Art Deco looking things. So there you have it, what I believe the finest 1967 Kaiser Jeep Jeepster Commando in the world.